Why, hello and welcome to the PHP. My name would be Booker. That would be Perez Hilton. Tell me, what is coming up, Perez?
Well, of course, we are going to be talking your favorite word, Kravis, Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's engagement. Also, Adele, talking her new song and more. Demi Lovato's Alien Gate. Lots to cover, but first, I'm just so thankful that I am feeling better. I'm even looking pretty good. Well, I put this really oily thing on my face, so I don't know. Growing up, I used to hear that oil on your face was bad, but I think oil on my face is good. I'm glad I got.
This is really interesting. Thank God we're talking about this.
Anyways, I literally moved on when you chimed in with that.
We had enough.
You didn't have to. I know how to regulate. Thanks.
No, you don't. If you knew how to regulate, you wouldn't have brought it up.
Well,
I tried this oil stuff on my face, and it's a little oily. Come on.
Well, women.
You knew I was going to make fun of that. Come on.
Well,
your first day here?
Women care about little tidbits like that.
Yes, the oil on your face, they're all dying to know about it.
Well, it's actually a serum, a really oily serum. Serums are even better because they penetrate deep into underneath your skin. Anyways, I'm glad I got over my cold. That lasted far longer than I would have liked. And I woke up this morning with the sad news that Colin Powell passed away from COVID at 84 years old. Although, he was 84, and he also had cancer, which I don't know if he had been public with that, but he had a cancer of plasma cells, and that suppresses the body's immune system, immune response. And then, I don't know, just thinking about him took me back to middle school, the innocent days where, I wasn't tainted by politics and I didn't see somebody who was, a different political view from mine as the enemy. So sending just positive vibes to his family and all of his friends and colleagues and all of that. How are you?
Doing well. Very busy weekend. Burgers Friday. What'd I do? I went to a friend's on Saturday, drank a lot of wine, and did pizza night last night. So we made some pies at my house. Yard work, boring weekend, but good.
Boring weekend. I had a very busy weekend. I took my son to go to the haunted hayride at Griffith Park, and that was fun. And
did he puss out again?
Almost. It was really funny. After I took him to Halloween Horror Nights, and he freaked out. I mean, he really freaked out. I don't know if people watched the video, they saw it, but he was trembling. His hands were shaking. That's how freaked out. Yeah, he was
it's so weird to me because he loves scary movies. That's what I just don't get.
It was the sensoriness of it all. Like I said, you get there and it's like the smoke and the chainsaws get me. It's the chainsaws. That's you can't help but have a reaction when you see a guy with a chainsaw, and it makes the noise right next to you. Anyways, we went, but before we went, so after we went to Halloween Horror Nights, I said, well, you went to the haunted hayride and that wasn't scary for you. And he said, yeah, but that was different. And I'm like, okay, fine. So you could do that again, right? So I bought him tickets to the haunted hayride and I told him in the morning and he was really excited about it. Then a few hours passed and he said, you know what? I actually want you to take my sister instead because I want her to experience it. I'm like, really? You want me to take your sister so that she can experience it? And then Mia was like, yeah, I'll go. And then Mia didn't want to go. It was the longest back and forth. Eventually, I convinced him to go. And we had a good time for the most part. Although he wanted to leave early after 2 haunted houses because he's like, I'm tired. I'm like, you're not tired. You're just scared. We're doing the last haunted house and then we're leaving. But It was a great time. And to your point, we did go see Halloween Kills, the new Halloween movie, which we both did not like at all. We both thought it
No?
sucked. Yeah.
Huh.
Well, I have to be fully transparent. I don't know where I was 3 years ago when the first reboot or, the first sequel, recent one with Jamie Lee Curtis came out, but I did not know that this new film was a trilogy, and it's the middle film in the trilogy.
Oh.
Had I known that going into it, I might have had different expectations.
Mm-hmm.
But even so, I think that the middle film in a trilogy should still add something to a franchise. It should still contribute. This one, to me, it felt like it was just more deaths and it didn't bring anything of value other than really cool deaths or whatever. But a lot of people saw it. Oh my God, it made so much money at the box office, over $50 million.
That's good in this freaking
especially
market with what's going on in the world.
Well, especially because it premiered in theaters and on streaming. So giving that people could watch it for free on streaming. And I think anybody could watch it for free, not even one of those like $30 premium things. Like if you had Paramount Plus, you could watch it, I think. So you didn't watch it though, I guess.
I'm not really into scary movies. I never was as a kid. I don't know if I've ever seen like Halloween or Jason or any of those, if they're all the same thing. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Scary movies seem goofy to me, so I never really got into them.
I've always loved them.
Never loved them.
I think it's like my favorite genre.
Yeah.
Like
even movies like Scream. I don't even know if I've seen Scream.
Oh, I've seen them all. I love them all. Although the new Scream trailer, I don't know if I'm that excited about because it feels, which maybe it's a good thing. It's always good to evolve it forward and change things a bit. One of the things I loved about the Scream franchise is they were so fun and funny. And there really isn't much fun or funny in the new just released Scream trailer for the new movie that comes out in January. I love going to the movies. Anyways, there's also the new Batman trailer that came out. You don't care about movies at all, really.
I don't like going to the movies. I like watching a movie, and if it's something I can watch at home, sure, but I'm not a big movie goer. I'm not. I do like movies though. I just don't. I don't need to go to the theater. I don't want to be. There's
just nothing like it at the theater. I've said it before. Do you care about trailers? Did you watch the Batman trailer?
I'm kind of one of those. I love the Heath Ledger Joker, Batman, Christian Bale so much. I just see these new, like Robert Pattinson. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm too old to take him seriously as fucking Batman. It's just not going to happen. So, you know what I mean? Like it's just been done perfectly to me. Christopher Nolan did it literally perfectly.
Well, that was my,
why fuck it up in my mind? You know what I mean?
That was my issue with the new Batman with Robert Pattinson, that they just released the trailer. It literally felt like he was remaking the Christopher Nolan Batman movie. I'm like,
interesting.
I've seen that one already. I told you I took my kids, my daughter included, to see the Suicide Squad, and that was very violent, but it was also very vibrant and colorful, and just, it was groundbreaking. It felt like to me. I feel like that's what this genre needs, the superhero genres.
Right.
Why do you like TV more than movies?
Well, I think it's just a change in our culture. I mean, that's sort of where everybody is right now. The whole world is all about TV shows at the moment and series.
Movies are still very popular.
Not as popular as television shows. I'm sorry. More people are talking about Squid Game right now than are talking about any Halloween movie you just mentioned.
Halloween Kills.
Squid Game is in the zeitgeist. By the way, I'm not watching it either, but everyone is talking about Squid Game. The whole world is talking about Squid Game. That's my point. TV is much bigger than movies at this current time. It's just a fact. I mean, look at the award shows. No one watches any of them anymore because no one's seen any of the movies.
Why are you not watching Squid Game?
I'll get around to it. It's just Kellen started it, and she watches stuff as she works all day long in the background. So it's just one of those she already started, and maybe I'll get to it. I'm just stuck in other things.
All right.
You know what else I saw? I saw like To my point earlier about Christian Bale and Heath Ledger, like I saw that Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka, and I'm like, no, like in my mind,
Well,
no one will ever be better than Gene Wilder. Like I can't, like even Johnny Depp is as insanely great as an actor he is. I thought that was stupid too. I was like, Gene Wilder was so fucking good as Willy Wonka. I can't see anybody else doing it.
I love Timmy, so I could be into that one. And also it's so different because he's so young. Like, I don't know. It's like a different Wonka. I'm down with that one. Yeah. I'm down with that one.
And maybe I will be if I see something, but in my mind,
you just saw a photo.
Thinking about it, I'm like,
saw a photo.
Yeah, I've just seen him in the look, and I'm just like, no, you're just trying to be Gene Wilder, and no one will ever do that better. That was maybe one of the greatest performances ever in film. I mean, good God, was he good in that?
I love that. It's one of my favorite movies.
Easily.
Well, I'm in the zeitgeist a little bit. A trailer was released for Red Table Talk, the Estefans, and I'm going to be on an upcoming episode of that Facebook Watch show with Gloria Estefan and her family. And I'm in that with this YouTuber named Gabby Hannah. Maybe actually make a clip of this because I think that this could get traction, especially on YouTube. So, or try to condense it or whatever. I love Gloria Estefan. She asked me to do this, and I said yes before I even knew what the topic was. Our episode's about cancel culture, something I know a lot about.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know ahead of time that there was going to be another guest on my episode. And that other guest is this YouTuber named Gabby Hannah, whom many, 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 many people perceive to be as problematic. And I signed an NDA. So there's not too much that I can say from behind the scenes, but I will say that I asked this problematic YouTuber some very specific things that might put smiles, wink, wink, on YouTubers' faces, but I don't know if that will make it onto the show. I think it'll be a really fascinating watch for people.
Okay.
Although I don't know if Gloria knew that much about this Gabby Hannah person.
I've never heard of her, so
yeah. But we'll see how it all pans out because we filmed for 4 hours and they edit that down to 30 minutes. I hope she might make me seem tame, if that's possible. And finally, I also, being a little bit in the zeitgeist, am featured in this new Brittany Murphy documentary that just premiered on HBO Max.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were in that.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it because I don't have HBO Max. I've got to get that sorted. I don't even have HBO, I don't think, on DirecTV. So I don't have either. All right.
Okay.
But a lot of people were very upset about my appearance. And
that looks kind of interesting because I always have been sort of interested, like what went down there. I've always been of the belief that they have some sort of mold issue in that house or some sort of, something that's getting into their system. I mean, it killed her and her husband, right? I mean,
but the mother also lived there and it didn't kill her.
Oh, really? The mom lived there? Ooh,
yeah.
I don't know.
The mom lived there, and then she shared a bed with the husband after her daughter died, and weirdness. And
really?
Yeah.
That's hot.
Oh, no, that's not hot. Anyways, mytrue10.com. mytrue10.com.
I just got it's funny. I literally just got a DM from somebody. I was looking at it as you text me. Dana is her name. Please tell Perez to shut up about his stupid gummies. I said, Perez is a whore. We all know this. And he will continue to talk about his gummies because that's what he does.
how is it any different from what like Kim Kardashian or Kylie Jenner do? They're always
They're
like, literally
whores too.
Yeah, literally every single
Everyone
day.
is a whore.
Yeah, literally every single day they're hawking one of their products. So
I have I literally have no problem with it. I just thought it was funny that you just brought it up and somebody literally just texted me.
Well, thanks for paying attention to me. Anyways, so you had pizza night on Sunday. That is when the Kardashian Barker news broke. Did your girlfriend have to go into like full on work mode?
She did scurry away, but no, I mean, there's really nothing to it other than to make the announcement. So I'm sure she went on all of her social platforms and made the announcement, but she's not the writer. So somebody else, I'm sure, wrote that up.
Oh, well, for me, there were a lot of steps. First, I started hearing rumors, then it was confirmed and I reported it. Then her future stepchildren confirmed it. Then she confirmed it. Then I saw the ring and I'm like, oh my God, on a Sunday night, I was hoping to get to bed early. I had to deal with all of this, but I thankfully dealt with all of it because it was really exciting. And I love and I love Kravis. And by the way, Kim Kardashian herself used that word Kravis when
she probably thinks it's ridiculous too.
Well, she used it. She tweeted.
Right. I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm just saying it's ridiculous.
she tweeted Kravis forever. It's funny to remember, Kravis have been dating for less time than Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. They've only been dating since the beginning of 2021, but I guess, we're still in a pandemic and pandemic rules, it like accelerates the speed of things, and celebrities already, they're faster than normal people, and they were just in New York together for a few days, all loved up, being very stylish, dressing coordinated in outfits. And then they went to Montecito or Santa Barbara and their entire families were there. So Travis, there's a theory, and I believe the theory might be true. Well, first of all, the fact that Kourtney said yes, you may not know because you don't really follow them that much, but she's been very anti-marriage for a long time. I mean, she had 3 children with Scott Disick and they never got married.
I didn't know that till last night. It's funny because I didn't realize you've always said, baby daddy when talking about what's his nuts. And
Scott Disick.
I didn't put much thought to it, but Kellen had said last night, she goes, well, it's her first marriage. And I was like, she didn't marry that dude? Like, I assumed they were married. So you'd said that purposefully always. It never really registered to me that she'd never gotten married. It's her first marriage.
Yeah. And she, saw her parents' marriage not work out and never really was a big proponent of it and didn't believe in it. It's the fact that, not even a year into their relationship, Travis asked her to marry him and she said yes. We also know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I 1,000% believe this. We know that Kourtney is, or was, I mean, maybe everything changed with Travis, but compared to her sisters, Kourtney is private, doesn't like revealing everything. And she did keep the relationship with Travis secret for a while. Then when they went public, they went very public. I think they already got engaged a while ago and then just reenacted a proposal for the new Hulu show. Either that or, Travis told her entire family and his family, I'm going to propose. I want you all there.
Yeah.
I don't know I guess I could keep that secret if that was my daughter, Kourtney, and Travis said that, but I'm just inclined to believe it was a reenactment and a huge ring, very of the times with the oval cut, very trendy. Not like super in your face though, like huge, but still
it's
not
gaudy. Come on.
It's not gigantic. That gaudy. No.
I saw it on her finger. It's as big as her fucking finger.
The square cut ones that are even bigger, those are gaudy in my opinion. This one looked classic and classy. I liked it.
It's too big to be classic to me.
I liked it.
It's just too big.
It's not too big to be classic.
How many carats do you think that thing is? 8?
Probably.
It's gigantic.
I wonder how much that would cost. Even at a discount,
there's so many factors. It's all about the clarity and the cut, and there's so many different things that could decide the color.
That looked very cut and very clear, and it's just fabulous. I feel bad. I don't feel bad for Scott Disick, but I feel bad that he's now the butt of so many jokes. And even the people
he always has been, hasn't he?
I don't know. Has he?
I've made plenty of jokes about him, so
I just
assumed that other people have too.
I've never really joked about him, especially because I really have a lot of sympathy for him, given everything that he's gone through with both of his parents dying at a young age, and being in the shadow of the Kardashians. Even the people expressing sympathy towards Scott Disick now are doing it in a condescending way. Like literally people repeating the same stupid joke. Has anybody checked in on Scott Disick? Have you checked in on Scott Disick? Like,
it's like low hanging fruit. Yeah.
I wish him well and happiness, and he's single at the moment.
Please, he's plowing through young Hollywood. Give me a fucking break.
Well,
the guy's banging a new 12-year-old every 15 minutes. Come on.
He is single at the moment.
Sure he is. I'm sure he's lonely at home every night with a tissue crying. Or he's with the next young celebrity's daughter. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Here's a great question.
Yeah.
For not just you, but for our viewers and listeners as well. Call us because I want to hear what you think. 800-721-1185. Do you think Kourtney Kardashian will invite Scott Disick to her wedding? And or should she invite Scott Disick to her wedding?
No.
Well, they were never married.
Right.
So it's not her ex-husband. And he is the father of her 3 children.
Nope.
Why?
Why would he come? He shouldn't even come. I mean, you wish her the best. You get him a nice gift, but you're babysitting that night because maybe the kids will come. I guess the kids would go, but yeah, I don't. I mean, maybe he's there to watch the kids. I guess I could see it that way, but there's enough family around. It's just a distraction.
Oh, please!
It's just a distraction. I would say no.
Each one of the children has their own nanny. I'm sure. She's got a nanny per kid.
And by the way, I should clean up my statement. I have no idea if he's definitely not with 12-year-olds. That was a joke.
That went over my head.
Yeah. Oh. I just meant he dates young girls.
I would love it if Scott Disick, before today is over, if he, goodness, hold on. I would love it if Scott Disick, before today is over, if he released some statement or posted something somewhere congratulating Kourtney Kardashian.
Yeah, that's a good move. It just gets all the talk out of the way too. But since when did they do things like that? They want the talk. They want to deal with this on their stupid fucking show that no one's going to watch anyhow. So they're trying to build plot lines. There's no way.
Think people, you know what? I think
by the way, is he a part of the show?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I have a feeling because everything is so cyclical and because we're taking a break from the show and a pause from the end of that to the new show on Hulu, I think it's going to reinvigorate them as reality TV stars a bit.
Way.
It might not be clearly as many viewers as they used to back in the day, but I do think I will predict, and I'm pretty good at these things, I will predict that their Hulu show will end up getting better ratings than the last couple of seasons on E!
Well, I don't think it's a ratings game with the Hulu show. I think it's more on demand. So I think you would watch it whenever you would watch it. I don't think it's streamed live. So it's not a rating situation.
I get that. But even Netflix does ratings for their show.
They don't really.
Viewers.
They don't really. They don't really release. They released things and they say they're top trending. They don't say how many people are watching. They all do that by design.
Sometimes they do.
Well, they not really. They don't.
Yes,
they don't want people to know exactly how many people are watching so and so.
Fine. They only do that with the most successful shows. They say these many people.
As I've always said, they all could lie. And they all could say 1 billion people watched last night, and we could call bullshit and go 1 billion people aren't talking about it. It's, I think it's over. It's a money grab, and good for them for getting it.
Well, congratulations to Kravis. I would love to be invited to the wedding. No, I wouldn't. You know why? Because if you get invited to that wedding, they're going to take your phone away. How annoying is that? Like, no.
You have to be present in the moment and actually watch.
Or I guess they don't.
What is that?
They don't want things leaking, blah, blah, blah. Anyways. All right. Let's talk about Adele. All right. I don't give a crap what anybody else. I don't even care what you say about the new Adele. All I care is about my experience with the new Adele. And I am a little surprised. I wouldn't say that the majority of people feel this, but a lot of feedback about the new Adele song Easy on Me has been boring. Oh, we've heard this before. She's doing it again. It's not boring to me. Is it a formula? Is it what we've heard from Adele and she's not reinventing the wheel? Yes. But I think it's so good. Upon first listen, because she didn't reinvent the wheel, you're going to compare that song to other songs of hers that kind of sound like that. And when you compare Easy on Me to Someone Like You, it pales in comparison, because Someone Like You, I think, is one of the best songs of all time. Mm-hmm. But after the second and third or fourth or 10th listen, like it's just, it just makes me feel so many things. And her voice is just magical. I do wish she would have evolved some things a little bit. Like even the music video, she used the same director that did the Hello music video. And she paid homage to that video and paid homage to the Rolling in the Deep video by how she was facing in that chair and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. She joked that she was going to release like a drum and bass album. I actually would have loved that swerve from Adele. I would have loved.
No, let the remix kids make that stuff. They'll do that stuff. I mean, it'll be done anyhow. I
All
think
right,
it's funnier as a joke.
But I actually really would love a dance song from her.
It'll be out. It's probably already out.
No, but I would love it. That's a different experience. Like to lead with that original version being an up tempo. Like, I think that would be really cool and punk, as she says, in that Vogue interview, she thinks of herself, not her music, but she thinks of herself as punk in how she does things. I want like a fucking before, and I don't want to get crap for this. If this album cycle, maybe the next single, we don't know because we haven't heard it. If the next single is like a pure pop song, like Britney Spears back in the day, because she's Adele, I think radio would be receptive to that and it would play the fuck out of it. But if she waits another 5 years and she's in her 40s to release a dance or a pop song, I don't know if radio might in her 40s play a dance or pop song from Adele, because radio is very ageist.
Look, radio cares about one thing. Is a song a hit or not? Yes or no? This song's not a hit. This is an album cut. It's a very, very
You don't think it's
song.
A hit?
God, no. It's an album track. It's a very good.
I think it's a hit.
Okay, it's not. It's not a hit record. A hit record is played on pop ad nauseum. This is not that. This is a very, very, very good song. It's not a single. It doesn't have single elements to it. It just isn't. It's not it's an album track. It's odd to me that she came with an album track first, an obvious song like Hello or Someone Like You, are songs that are clearly obvious, and you say, hit elements and has all of the things to it. I'm not saying it's a bad song. It has nothing to do with people liking it or disliking it. Hit songs have certain characteristics about them, and you know it when you hear them. This is not a hit song. This is a very good song, but it's not a hit song.
People could argue that Hello was not a hit song.
No one in the world could argue that Hello was not a hit song. Hello was
it ended
on multiple formats from the get-go. It's one that every programmer heard and said, can I play this on my hip hop station? And they did. Okay. There's no comparison here. You're talking to a radio guy that was in those music meetings. Okay. There's no comparison. This is an album track compared to those.
I disagree. I wonder what our listeners and viewers think about it.
Doesn't matter what they think. I've already told it's already not happened. I mean, it's, the stations aren't playing this as a hit song you would. And by the way, this is not me saying it's a bad song. I love this song. I think it's really good. It's not stellar because it's not a quote radio smash hit, but it's a beautiful song. I love what it's about. I love how she sings. It makes me feel a certain way. Not a hit song.
I think it's a hit song. We'll see.
We'll seen see. Your track record compared to mine. What was the last one?
Okay, fine.
What were the last three, I think?
What would, if it is number one on the Billboard Hot 100?
Billboard is not a gauge of a hit song. Is the new Coldplay a hit song?
Which one?
The one with BTS.
On Billboard it is.
On Billboard it is. Now, is it a song that's going to be played in 3 to 4 weeks now in heavy rotation all over the place?
All right, probably let me ask my question.
Hit songs, just because you debut, I can give you 50 songs
that
have debuted number one on a chart, and you've never heard of them 3 weeks later.
Let me ask my question. What I was going to ask was, if it's number one on the Billboard Hot 100,
it should be
for many weeks, maybe more, even more than 3. If it's number one for 4 or more weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, which is very hard to do, to be number one for 4 weeks, would you then say that it's a hit song?
It's not an exact science of, is a song a hit song? Adele is bigger than, I'm trying to think, is there a bigger musician? It's Taylor Swift, Adele, Ariana Grande, a little bit. Like, there's a few people that no matter what they put out, the interest is going to be so high that you're going to stream it, you're going to listen to it, you're going to consume it and say, is this good? Is this good? Hits to me it means something. It has legs and it holds, and it usually goes into a category where in a month from now, it'll still be in the, like Taylor Swift. Here's a perfect example. Cardigan, not a hit song. Not a hit song. That song, it had to debut number one, right? I mean, did it? It probably did. Is Cardigan a hit song to you?
No.
Exactly. There's something to a hit that has
Willow was a hit song to me. Willow was a hit song to me, and that one has more legs, I think.
Yeah, I don't know exactly if there were any hits from that era, but to that point, that's my favorite Taylor Swift album now. I literally listened to that this weekend. I mean, I still think that first was Willow's from the story one, right? Part 1 of 2.
Evermore, yeah.
Yeah, that just is a brilliant album to me. Does it mean anything that there weren't any hits on it? No, it's fucking great. Adele, don't care. She's just great and classic. I just don't know.
Anyways, I still think it's a hit. And very exciting. We're going to get to preview many of the songs from the album before it comes out. Although it makes me a little bit, I don't know. I get, like I said last week, actually, Adele could literally do whatever.
Exactly.
Although it still does concern me a little, because she just announced a 2-hour special to air on CBS 5.5 days before the album release.
Wow.
So the album comes out on Friday, November the 19th. The special airs Sunday, November the 14th. And it's going to feature new material as well as an interview with Oprah Winfrey. So I love Oprah. Why are you such a hater? Jesus, I care. Clearly, I got excited saying that. A lot of people still love Oprah.
You're a suck ass. Hater? That's all this is. You just like Oprah. To suck on the teat of Oprah.
I love Oprah. I love Oprah. What's wrong with that?
Nothing at all.
Oprah has made me happier. Oprah's a man. Fuck you. Anyways, All right. Demi Lovato is at it again. The singer and
nuisance
TV host, I guess that's a good way of putting it. Demi has got this new TV show about the paranormal, I believe.
Really?
And yeah, it's on one of the stream. Demi does so many different things.
Didn't know that.
This TV show, a podcast, an upcoming sitcom. On this TV show,
I've successfully ignored all of them. Congratulations to me.
It might actually just be about extraterrestrials, but this one interview that Demi gave recently went viral because Demi was talking about aliens. And Demi said that using the term aliens is derogatory. Literally. She was
to the aliens.
Demi says yes to the aliens. I think that we have to stop calling them aliens because aliens is a derogatory term for anything. That's why I like to call them ETs. So that's what Demi said.
Okay. I mean, listen, she's very good. I mean, if
Demi.
these goofy sayings get people to talk about the dumb shows that she's doing,
Demi,
it's working. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever Demi's show is on, we're talking about it because of the dumb things that come out of the Demi mouth. Okay. So good for Demi.
The thing is, I think Demi's being serious and not troll. Do you think Demi's trolling though?
No, I don't think there's any trolling involved. I think that Demi believes that she's poignant or Demi's poignant, whatever. This is very hard to do.
Demi they, or you could just say they, them.
Yeah, but I don't think to go to they. I'm trying to explain my thoughts and I have to sit there and think about, that.
Demi probably smokes a lot of weed while filming this show. I'm guessing.
That is a hypothesis right there.
All right. There was a lot of drama within a specific audience. I don't know if our listeners care that much, but maybe they do. I'm going to talk about it anyways, just because it made me sad and I care. Were you aware of that whole Lil Mix drama with Nicki Minaj?
I don't know who that is.
You don't know Little Mix?
No.
They're
male or female.
It's a group, and they are.
Is that the British group?
Yeah, the British girl group.
I did. Okay, I do.
Yeah, they're one of the most successful British girl groups of all time. Unfortunately, not as much in America, but that one member left Little Mix and released her first solo song with Nicki Minaj. And in the music video, she made an urban song. Do people still even use that term? A hip hop song, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't know. I think they moved to R&B again.
I don't know I guess it's whatever. It's hip hop.
Yeah,
it's a hip hop song. She's a white British woman and she's wearing a wig or a weave or her hair done up in a certain way and like super fake tan. And it's much more than just cultural appropriation. Okay. Cultural appropriation is one thing. What many people perceive Jessie Nelson to be doing in this music video is like wearing blackness like a costume. Appropriation, one thing. Wearing blackness like a costume with not just the tan and the hair and the what she wear, the clothes, everything. Nicki Minaj and her did an Instagram live, and Nicki Minaj went on to attack her former bandmates, and it was just so unfortunate. And she just sat there letting Nicki rip into her former bandmates. I get it that there's drama. But she could have said, I don't want to go there. Let's not be nasty, even if other people are being nasty.
Yeah.
And it was just really sad that
Nicki's a big presence though. You know what I mean? Like sometimes somebody's saying stuff and you're like, I'm not sure what to say here. Maybe I should just stay quiet. And, you put people in positions like that. Sometimes you don't handle them the best. It seems like one of those situations to me where you look back, you'd think, I wish I would have said something, but in the moment you were probably just in shock. Like, where are we going with this? It's easy for us to say as, quarterbacks the next day, Monday morning quarterbacking that the next day after the game. It's hard. I'll give her a little bit of a pass just because I didn't see it, number one. And I have a feeling that's probably the case.
Well, Jessie Nelson getting attention in the United States, even though I don't think the song is going to be a hit here.
Yeah.
NPR even tweeted about it. And my God, this is one of the most brutal tweets I've ever read from NPR.
Okay, lay it on me. This sounds good.
And I'm reading it verbatim. This is the tweet from NPR. Blackfishing aside, there's a reason Jessie Nelson isn't a household name, our critic writes, with toothless lyrics and vocals reminiscent of a bad Camila Cabello impression. She commits the cardinal solo career sin, being boring. Whoa.
Sounds like a hunk of shit of a song.
It was awful. All right, let's keep it moving. There's a lot of controversy recently with these Hooters employees upset at the new uniform because they have to wear shorts that are even shorter than the ones before.
How is that possible?
I know.
I love those orange shorts.
It's basically like underwear now.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Hooters employees are not happy. And I get that they're not happy. And I think they should totally express that. But they signed up to work at Hooters.
Well, still.
What do you mean still? They signed up to work at Hooters where the whole concept is to be objectified.
All right. I don't know. I still think there's a line of how far and how much skin you're willing to show. You can always say no and not work there, I guess. But look, I haven't seen the uniform. I haven't seen the shorts. Once again, outside of them being a thong, I can't imagine.
Well, it's not a thong, but they are shorter.
Yeah. More cheeky, huh? Because they're cheeky enough as is. Not enough. I mean, I could always go for more cheek, but I don't know. Don't work there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say. If that's what they want to do for their outfits or attire, I don't know how in 2022 you get away with anything like that anymore. You know what I mean? The world is so freaking politically correct about everything.
Yeah, Hooters is kind of nostalgic. It hasn't really evolved much. The only way I could see it evolving is if we were objectifying men too, with like really skimpy outfits.
Wants to see camel toe from a dude.
Well, they could be wearing like Speedos or something. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to be
Would you like some hot wings and a side of dick? No, thank
yes,
you.
Please. Thank you. All right. Cara Delevingne, the model and actress, says that she thinks sex is hotter if you stay quiet. She literally said, when you try and not make like any noise, you feel it way more. And it's like, wow. I remember stopping making any noise or trying to really maintain it, and it's so hot. I guess if that works for her, but like I personally, no noise concerns me. I'm like, am I not working it right? Am I doing something wrong? I need communication. Like, I don't need like conversation. Like, you don't need to be saying ram me or yes, that feels so good. Like, you don't have to use words, but I love some good moaning and I love some breathing. Like, breathing is noise. And good breathing, I think, is essential for good sex, personally. What do you guys think? Call us and let us know. 800-721-1185. I strongly disagree with Cara Delevingne. and you have nothing to add.
It's the dumbest thing you've ever brought up. I'm debating, is oily skin dumber than this? Who cares what Carolyn, whatever her fuck name is, says about quiet sex?
It's a topic that women like talking about. She talked about it on this like podcast with other women.
Yeah.
You clearly have no idea what women like talking about.
Yeah, you're right. Look at me. I have no idea.
You don't. I'm right.
No. See, you're missing the point here. Women like to talk with other women about things like this. We're two old white dudes. They don't want to hear us talk about this. Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you that they wouldn't talk about. Girls talk about, they're so graphic. They're much more graphic than men. But I don't think girls want to hear you and me talk about this.
Well,
that's my opinion.
Audience is predominantly female.
That's right. And they would be grossed out by the thought.
I don't think so. I think they'd find it interesting to hear our point of view on these things. Anyways, in other news,
I don't have an opinion.
happy birthday to Cardi B. She just celebrated her 29th. And her husband, Offset, got her a big mansion in the Dominican Republic, which she said she's wanted for a while, and she's wanted to use it as an investment property. I wish
she's
I could
Airbnb in her house.
Here's the problem: if you
Cardi Airbnb,
like
Cardi B&B,
the pool of potential renters for a mega mansion is so small. If she would have bought something more sensible, or her husband, it would have made more sense, I think, as an income generating property, but whatever. Congratulations. Good for her. Happy for her. I just wanted to clarify that because I got some heat for that. And I wanted to explain exactly why. I don't know if that's the best use of their money, but whatever. They've got so much money. Who cares? Also, Britney Spears. Gosh, Brittany throwing some shade at her sister, Jamie Lynn. Didn't even mention it until now because, it's like, we get it. Brittany and her family are very upset at each other. They all are fighting. Britney's aunt is talking trash about her brother, Jamie Spears. All
gonna be a fun Thanksgiving this year.
Yeah, all the family is just. In more music news, that Smash Mouth singer Steve Harwell has retired from music after a very notable, is that the word? A very attention-grabbing performance where he was seemingly under the influence and just couldn't hold it together.
Really? Messy, huh?
And even gave a Nazi salute during the performance.
Oh, well, yeah.
You missed that?
I actually did see the picture now that I think of it, but I don't know. I don't think of Smash Mouth too often.
Well, it's like one of those. If you have one hit, you can perform.
Real hit. It's back to our conversation about hits. Like All Star, that song is a hit to me. That's a song.
It was, and it was. It's been used.
Still is. I guess that's my point. Hits are always hits forever, and you could tour off of it, and you're still relevant after one song. Yeah,
and that hit has been used in so many films and TV shows and commercials and all of that. Sources say that he's been struggling with addiction for a while and also has other health issues. So, in other unsavory news, Tyga
had two hits, I guess. Walking on the Sun. That was probably the bigger hit than All Star.
Was it?
Might as well be walking on the sun. That was probably the biggest hit. All Star was the second hit. So they had two hits. Hey, now you're an All Star. Get your game on. That one.
Yeah. Anyways, Tyga has been accused of domestic violence by his ex-girlfriend and was arrested for domestic violence. She also has alleged proof of this. And let's end things with a couple of new music things. You mentioned Coldplay earlier with BTS. I would imagine since you're now working at an alt station, it's literally got alt in the title, and they're performing at your upcoming concert. When there's new Coldplay music, you've heard it. Coldplay just released a new song with Selena Gomez. Did you hear that one?
Well, I've had the album for a month. Yeah, I've been sitting on it. No, I've had it because I had to interview them a month ago for this album. But
the album's not out yet.
Yeah, no, the album is out. The special aired last Thursday night. So
I didn't know the album was out.
Yeah, no, it's out. And that song with Selena, you should listen to it. It's very good.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, I don't hate it. No, I would. Okay, all right. I don't. Well,
yeah, I would just say the problem with me is I feel that it's already been done by her. The whole thing dealing with Justin Bieber and talking about it. She's already sang about that. So I just kind of felt like she dipped her foot in the pool twice with the same, I wouldn't say sound, just the same thought. That's what I felt like. She's singing about Justin Bieber.
My thoughts on the song, not a bad song. It's just so boring. Boring. Also, not boring. My favorite new song. Well, actually, I do love the Adele song so much, but I want to hype him up because I think he's one of the best artists out there. Do you know Stromae? Oh my God. Like 11 years ago, he released the most groundbreaking, iconic song, international hit called Allure and Dance. Whatever. I don't know. He has a new song out called Sante. Check it out.
Let's take some calls here.
Hi, guys. This is Diana from Bradenton, Florida. And I wanted to call about the Dave Chappelle stand-up special. I hadn't watched it when I listened to your podcast. And at that point, I had only read basically what Perez had said about, the headlines and people were offended and whatnot. After your podcast, I did watch it. And I can't agree more with Booker on this because the whole crux of his special, the thesis statement basically was that he is so behind the trans community. And he wants to make sure that everybody understands that what people need is empathy. And at no point does he do anything or say anything to offend the community. And he wants to feel like they're included as well. So all it tells me, the people that are criticizing it, all it tells me is that they really did not watch at all. They have never, and he argument in his special, the people that criticize him have criticized him, but they haven't watched the special. So I just thought that was a really important point to make. So yeah, bye guys.
Okay, first of all, that's not entirely accurate. A lot of people that did watch the entire, not me, but a lot of people that did watch the entire special.
Stop reporting on other fucking stupid people. Just because you're dumb and you have to go out and report on what dumb people are saying, you shouldn't. No. You're part of the problem. Is what this girl is saying, and that's what I'm saying to you as well.
Okay,
you're taking context out of the message of that show. Well, you've extracted quotes from it. Say, see, this proves their point.
I will reiterate this. First of all, stop calling people that have been victims.
I'm not calling them. I'm calling people that I'm talking about a very specific person, the person that did not watch the show and is commenting on it.
Okay. So many trans people that even work at Netflix watched and are upset.
No. One person that puts out at Netflix. There's a whole thing about it. Come on,
more than one person.
So many people.
There's actually employees at Netflix are staging.
Who cares?
Let me finish.
On the few. Talk about the many that watched it and understand it. Like
Netflix employees are even staging a walkout this week.
Okay, well, walk out. That's your right. Take your job and leave it. It's so silly. It's just so silly. It's everything that's wrong with the world. No one is paying attention. Everybody is just, feigned pissed off because somebody else online said this and they didn't even watch themselves. It's just stupid to me.
Whatever.
It's everything that's wrong with the world. No one's listening. They're too busy fucking talking and saying dumb shit. I saw Karen yesterday in the grocery store. It was amazing. It went for like I'm telling you, 15 minutes she was screaming about her
what?
mask and
Oh.
people died. And so I don't have to wear this mask. Oh, I'm just sitting there like, this is unbelievable. Like I've never witnessed this level of stupidity before. I almost took video and sent it to you just because it was so good. This rant was just epic. I just love people. They've just lost their fucking minds. People have lost their minds.
I mean, I am
entitlement.
I am so over. Like, how much longer are we gonna have to wear these masks for? Like, what's the point?
I don't know.
Why are we still wearing masks? I don't get that.
Well, trying to kill a pandemic. We're doing better than every other state. Who would have fucking thought? It's because we still have our masks on. Colin Powell died today.
Yes. But he also, like I said, had a cancer that's really suppressed his...
Okay, well, COVID ultimately what got him, so
yes.
However long it takes is that how I would answer that question. I hope to keep people alive, but especially people that, he's immune compromised. The poor guy. I mean, if whatever, it's silly. Another call.
Hey guys, it's Melissa from Northern Kentucky. I just wanted to say, if they took R. Kelly off of streaming platforms, wouldn't they also have to remove any other child molester? Granted, they have not been convicted, but the guy from Red Hot Chili Peppers just put in his book that he literally paid somebody to take their daughter out of state. He was a grown adult and she was 16. The Guns N' Roses guy, MGK, has said stuff towards Kylie Jenner when he was 23 and she was like 16, 17. Where do we draw the line? I feel like child molesters are the worst and we shouldn't allow them to make money. Have a good day.
Okay.
I mean, I think it becomes hard to police or enforce that because so many musicians have criminal records and, like Bill Cosby is also accused of awfulness like rape, and his comedy albums are on streaming platforms as well. It's like, I don't know.
I don't either. And here's the thing. If that's the way you believe, don't listen to it. Don't watch it. Don't worry about what other people are listening to or watching. That's when I say, like, who gives a shit? I don't care if people watch this, don't watch this, listen to us, don't. I wish they would, but it's not going to affect my, you know what I mean? Like, don't listen to it. It's just, it's already out there, exercise your own. I'm so tired of people telling other people what to do. It isn't the mass conversation. The mass conversation has a greater good to it. This actually is like your choice. Listen, don't listen.
I'm not that against wearing my mask, but it's like, what's the point? Like, I haven't read anything about hospitals being overrun in Los Angeles recently or anything like that. So why are we still doing it?
I think it's more of a lead by example kind of thing. If the rest of the country would pick up and do what we did, this would have been over by now. If they still had the mask mandates, we wouldn't see some of these. They're not going to learn. You're right. I mean, their states have just dug in. They're just going to do what they fucking want to do. I don't care. Dumbasses.
Hey, Alex, love you from California. And I just had to comment about this whole Dave Chappelle stand-up comedy special. I literally paused the show just so I can make this comment because Perez, dude, if you haven't seen the stand-up, then you can't make comments on what Dave Chappelle has to say. Like, he's all about equality, whether it comes to trans or gay, whatever, LGBTQ communities and the blacks. Like, it's fucking annoying. Like, I don't know. You can't make comments if you haven't seen it. It's really frustrating. And I've been a long time listener and I love the show. You guys keep up the good work. That's it. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, I can say that a lot of people who did watch it were very hurt, especially in the LGBTQ community. And they've spoken out publicly. Even a lot of comedians. Oh my God, this one was pretty savage. I forget her name. This one lesbian comic from Australia, whom the CEO of Netflix name checked when talking about edgy comedy that they've put out, put him on blast for using her name and saying that she stands with the trans community. She said that or whatever, So
I don't know. Reporting on the few and not the many is it's clickbait. It's just another form of clickbait. Well, Netflix employees are really upset, like overwhelmingly, like, no, they're not. Like, they're not. Like, maybe 2 people are out of the thousands that work there. It's you make it a story about the 2 people because that's what sells. And that's what's, and it's your right to report on it. If you want to, cool. I can also like not listen and unfollow and say, this is dumb. And I get that. I get it. People are fed up.
Hi, I've called in a couple times. Love you guys forever. I'm just wondering what you think about the Brittany Murphy new documentary that's been going on. It's kind of a little bit weird. I just wanted to hear like your thoughts about her death and where it came from. If you think it's a conspiracy.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about that a little bit. What do you think the cause of? I mean, you did talk about it a little bit and going back and covering that. Like, what did you walk? Because I don't remember that much about it. But what did you walk away with? Like, what is going on here? What was your thought?
It was everything, I don't think it was mold. I think it was, she was very underweight. She also had pneumonia and anemia. And on top of all of that was taking a lot of prescription meds. So it's like, when you're really sick with pneumonia and you've got anemia because you're not eating, you're underweight, and you've been that way for a while, and you're taking all these prescription meds, who knows how much and for how often, there's only so much your body can take of that.
Yeah. I guess when I was talking like mold earlier, I guess I was talking about like, was there some sort of circumstance in that house that other people had died before? Like you could get pneumonia from a mold situation, it gets in your lungs and, then you're in trouble. I don't know.
I think the husband also was taking a lot of prescription meds too.
Yeah. Addicts usually roll with addicts.
But yeah, I haven't seen that either, so I can't really talk about it.
All right. You want to wrap it up? No, you could. Yeah, I just wouldn't, I think it's okay to have conversations about things, but you were saying, I think about something. And I'm like, well, you haven't even watched it. So you should at least say, hey,
I said last
you
week
said
I
multiple
didn't watch
times
it.
You didn't see it, but then you literally took quotes and took them out of context. That's what
They're
you did.
still
every single
quotes.
but we've never done anything on this show that has been unanimous because most people say, Booker, you're off your rocker. Perez, you're fucking crazy. You're not listening. This was unanimous. This was not, there wasn't one tweet. There wasn't one call. There wasn't one person that's like, Perez, you got this right.
I'm telling you, they're also not listening.
There's 2 to 3 people out there that are upset.
I will end it with this.
Okay.
If you know a trans person, talk to them. Talk to the trans community about this and they get their feelings on it. And if Booker says, well, if they can't see the humor in it, even if they watched it.
I didn't say it, by the way, I didn't say any of that. But go ahead. Don't put words in my mouth. Go ahead. Okay. I didn't say any of that.
All right.
You're absolutely entitled to your opinion.
Okay.
However, you are a news source. You're not just an opinion. You spread this stuff like fact, and it's not fact.
All right.
That's all.
The fact is
you got it wrong.
No, from what
you did. You got it very wrong.
From what I shared what many people perceived that to be, especially in the trans community. So that's why I will end. Talk to a trans person, or if you vaguely know somebody that's on social media that's a trans person, get their opinion on it. But so many, I think the majority of trans people were hurt by this.
I think the majority of people didn't watch the special, and I think the majority of people online aren't that bright. That's what I think. I think they should go get jobs and do like real things and, worry about real
All
problems.
Right. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate you. mytrue10.com. Bye.
I'm glad you slid that in. Take care.
Goodbye, Have a good one.